The old Kiki Pod beatdown hand. So this is basic hierarch. And then see from there, I guess. There's a chance I'm attacking with hierarch. I might cast Finks. Well, another? Oh, man. 3 Serum Visions decks in a row. Implies I should get a basic. Just get in jamming here. The other big part of this is that I don't really have, like, the only Serum Visions deck that has basic island that I can, like, the immediate thought that either Voice is good against them because there's some Grixis deck, or they're playing Storm and I don't have a main deck hate card. Just going to main phase this in case I hit. Well, 2 Birds of Paradise is technically a hit. But it was in case I hit another Noble. Yeah, these paths are great. They're way better than I thought they'd ever be. Then again, maybe I'm just used to this being more of a combo deck. Probably have to ship the Fauna Shaman. Or the Finks. It really depends on my opponent's hand, but one of them has to go. Tapping the Noble because that's not the one that's bashing this turn. Oh boy, what do I do? I think I want Spellskite Fauna Shaman. No, that doesn't sound good. Second Voice Spellskite? That sounds better. There's a lot of options here. Oh, what if I just do Spellskite Fauna Shaman? I can get Witness to Chain Company. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can do that next turn. Whereas Voice Fauna Shaman is the beatdowniest of the beatdown plans. I actually like that a lot more. Don't really need the Spellskite. Like, this also lets me attack my Voice in, throw it away, but, like, my concern was that if I lose the Voice, my opponent's hand gets significantly better. But if I trade the Voice here, that's perfectly fine because I have, like, a million power beater. And my opponent's still getting beat down if they just kill the Shaman. Actually, it might have just been right to slam the Finks. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have just slammed the Finks and just put 9 power on board. Just cracked in next turn. Yeah, Grixis Twin. That's fine. Maybe not Twin, actually. This member might be Delver. It's fine. So I get to attack with both voices here because it's likely if I just attack with one that my opponent would just chump with a snap. I'm okay with upgrading into a large creature here. Yeah, I don't know why I miscounted there. I should have played the Stomping Grounds tapped, but whatever. I still have enough to Kiki with leak mana up. Yeah, the fact that my opponent has to kill this elemental is so huge here. Think I'm just supposed to shove with these two. So I think that the only way I can, like, I don't think Tassiger is enough here. And I think if my opponent had it, it probably would have been cast. So this is probably just naming Deceiver Exarch. Because that feels like the way I can lose this game is EOT Deceiver, untap Twin. I guessed wrong! No! I made the right choice and I guessed horribly wrong. Nope. Okay. We're cool. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, wow. That was a nice draw. I get Cryptic. What are my modes? Tap all creatures, draw a card. Cryptic resolves. I then get to reset my Revoker and put it on Pestermite on my turn while my opponent's tapped out. Pestilence is also not the worst call with a Phyrexian Revoker effect. End the game with 40 power in play. That's good. It's probably a reasonable number. Yeah, can't imagine ever wanting to draw that card. This card's great. Those cards are good. This card's good. I think that card's fine. Those are like the 6 that I want. I was boarding out this. Deceiver Exarch's kind of trashy. Boarded out a Fauna Shaman. Boarded out Revoker, even though it was sweet there. I think it was more cool than good. I don't really like who's that much here. Like, turning off Snapcaster is nice, but it's still very fragile. Yeah, this is probably fine. Same way as last round. A little faster, though. So we are learning over and over that Voice of Resurgence is absolutely great if everyone is switching away from Tarmogoyfs and over to instant speed spells. Though I guess Voice has never been the worst in the world against Liliana of the Veil. So I think versus a 7, I might ship this hand, but versus a 6, I think it's good enough. The reason being, it feels like a 7 for my opponent is much more likely to be able to capitalize on the lack of tempo that this hand is presenting. Whereas okay, well that fixes everything. Um, Whereas the passiveness of this hand is not necessarily going to get punished by a six carder. I don't think I'm supposed to play Fauna Shaman this turn. As weird as that sounds, I think I'm just supposed to not get it bolted on time. Actually, no, that's fine because I can just witness it back on the next turn. I don't care. I think if possible, I want to leave the breeding pool in my deck so I can fetch it on a later turn. Yeah, just play the trade game up the curve. Like, get it bolted, witness it. Maybe that was wrong. It's worth noting that the play I made getting the green valiant did shut me off of a Staticaster this turn. But I'm not the most afraid of that. Oh, geez, that's a Tasigur really fast. What is my line against a hyper-aggressive Tasigur? I think it's just keep on doing what I'm doing because I can't interact with it. It's possible that this was incorrect, but I feel like against that I have to advance the board instead of holding that to company. Yep, not blocking. This is an Exarch. I actually just get blown out. That was horrible. I should have played my land first. This is what I get for making the smart play of holding your land. I think I just want to get a blue land here and get Finks into play. Yeah, it honestly feels like these days I get burned way more for playing my land post-combat than I do, like, gain value from holding it. 10 is safe enough. I think my opponent was actually supposed to do this the other way around, assuming they're Tassiguring. The reason I can't give my opponent back Dispel, I think, is because I think that chaining companies is one of the big ways I'm going to get back into this game. Ugh, that was a bad company. How do I kill a Tassiger? I'm okay with this. If it happens, it happens. I was going to block anyways. So the thing is that I'm at, like, going to 6 is actually really bad. So I think I have to block that turn anyways. So throwing the Fauna Shaman there just pulls a removal spell if my opponent has it. If they have it, it's going to trade probably for the Fauna Shaman anyways. So that's fine. Cord. What does Cord get me? Witness? I think I'm just supposed to play this here. That's a problem. So I'm going to 7. Not in the worst spot. Very much not in a good spot. Does that help me? No. So I play these two. Does that help me? Not especially. I think I'm supposed to just play Fauna Shaman. Play the Canopy and pass the turn. And then when my opponent attacks, I Staticaster, shoot the Snapcaster. Probably lose anyways, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, the fact that neither of my previous two, well, I guess my Delver opponent had that card in play, but never activated it really, so. I'm just going to throw away the Staticaster on this attack. Maybe I was supposed to... This... These two negates hanging out my hand are not really cool. They've just been kind of awkward this game, because I've never been able to get on board in a meaningful way. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to get in there. It's kind of weird. But this Sphinx that I'm playing is just so good at stabilizing the board. Especially because I have the Township. So, like, I can just throw away a counter on it and then put a counter back on it. Okay, that's fine. I can't kill my opponent's Snapcaster or Dismember. I don't... is Pestermite fine? I don't really see an issue with Pestermite. I'd rather have my opponent have Pestermite than Serum Visions. Let's get a card. I hope it's a good one. That one's not bad. Let's get back Company here. Or not Company, Chord. Chord is the better one. That's fine. That's also fine. Makes this turn a little less than ideal, but eh. Probably going to 5 and throwing the Witness under the bus. Seems better than double blocking the Exarch. I don't think the Exarch's going to deal an additional 3 attacks to me over the course of the game. That's especially fine. No, thank you. Hooray! I got to use my spell. Step, draw. Okay, what do I do here? I just pass. I can chord with a lot of mana up. Let's see. Probably just Serum Visions. Probably getting greedy on when I time this chord. That's fine. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. This is going to get me Resto, which Restos the Witness, probably? Yeah. I think, does that get back Horde or does that get back Company? That's like a really interesting question. It's probably Company, actually. I don't think Staticaster does it. Yeah, I want Company here. It's also possible I should have gotten back Negate, actually. Yeah, that's fine. Humph. Then I have the other Negate. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, just, do all the things. I'm going to make the play that is best against my opponent having topped a Splinter Twin. Because that's like a legitimate concern here, I think. And given that I've seen Pyroclasm, I'm not especially afraid of Anger of the Gods. And I'll just jam in there for a couple damage. Dead to Dismember plus Twin, but I don't really know what I was supposed to do to that. Yeah. Like, I could have gunned a company for whatever, which wouldn't have helped me at all. Maybe I do want a Kiki for the long cord chains. These Fauna Shamans have been okay. Don't really like Fulminators. Fiery Justice is not the best. I do like Negate still, but yeah, I think I'll keep it as is. I'm not really sure. I came like maybe there was one turn where I could have done an extra damage, but that only cuts him off of the specific line of what happened. Yes, great. This probably fetches green white. I don't. Yeah. Yeah, there's just a few too many Exarchs in play to really break up a twin combo that game. Spellskite's definitely the better version of Pride Mage. Actually, what was my board at the end of that last game? It's possible that an Alpha Strike was right. I just missed that. Didn't do the math. I guess my opponent had 4 blockers. Yeah, there's no way an Alpha was lethal, so there's just like too many ways to put things in front of 3/2s and 2/1s that it just doesn't work out. Good beats. So that fetches a breeding pool. No, I have a response. No shadow of doubts allowed. Oh, that makes sense now. Yeah, the fetch before you Serum Vision's line always. Top is kind of scary, but whatever. It is kind of obnoxious that Dispel is now really good against this deck. Yeah, maybe I should have just played the things first, main. So now when this taps my breeding pool, yeah. I think... I think this is a case I just have to like count on it not being there. My opponent did keep both with Serum Visions though. That might have been loose. I just don't like where this game progresses to if I just let it happen. Just like if I trade my whole turn and put my opponent up a land. Oh, see, there we go. No sweat. Oh boy. Okay, this game got easy. Yeah, no need to do anything to all this open mana. Okay. Woohoo! One down. Yeah, it's really weird trying to figure out when you're supposed to go for it or not go for it against these twin decks. Or at least when you're like mid-rangey-ish like this. Yeah, no need to mess around and wait. Just gun it and see what my opponent does. Well then, that is a thing you are allowed to do in this case. Best of luck. I could have taken Staticaster instead, but I think the rebuy is more important here. If I take the Staticaster, my opponent can't block the Finks, but it seems lesser priority than having a voice in play or having a collected company in hand. So my opponent's pretty married to... Wrong cards at the wrong time. Yeah, that's like one of the best draws I could hit. So let's just get another white source. First main this because we could hit like, I don't know, a thing that does stuff. That is not a thing that does stuff. Immediately, at least. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to gun that here. It's a good sign. It means my opponent doesn't have Pyroclasm. Or, yep, doesn't have Pyroclasm. I was going to say or Snapcaster, but then I looked at the graveyard. So we're going to enter combat on our turn, let our opponent cryptic if they have to, and then witness back the path. Right? Path? Yeah, because against Pyroclasm, I guess against Anger, Path is worse to get, but against Pyroclasm, it doesn't really matter because I end up with two Finks and a voice in play. And given that I think it's low odds of a 1-1 split, that's fine. Tassiger is... Okay. That's cute. That does do enough. It doesn't really do enough because obviously we have this card. To loop path again. Basically the all-star consistent play of the deck. There's like a marginal argument that I'm supposed to path the Deceiver Exarch in case of Slaughter Pact, but I think it is technically correct. Well, that's a lot of blue decks. Let's just not play against one of those for once.